most of the fans of the basketball player are fans of the sport of basketball. But yeah, if you guys thought that people weren't going to care, 1.7 million views.
Have you seen the latest Caitlin Clark training video released by the Indiana Fever? It's gone mega viral with almost 2 million views in 24 hours. Well, guess what? As if on cue,
it seems like you're diving into the rivalry and excitement surrounding two prominent basketball players, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. The breakdown of Caitlin Clark's recent workout video, which went viral, paints a picture of her continual improvement and her ability to work on weaknesses that even the best players face. Let's unpack the key points. Caitlin Clark's viral workout video. Clark's workout video, which gained nearly 2 million views in 24 hours, isn't just showing off her physical skills, it's a class in self-improvement. This is what has many fans buzzing. The video shows her focusing on 3 specific areas. Ball handling in tight spaces. Despite already being an elite ball handler, Clark is working to further refine her ability to manage the ball under pressure. This will help her deal with double and triple teams, which she faces regularly. Mid-range game. Known for her deep three-point shooting and finishing at the rim, Clark is now addressing
a lot of people excited for Caitlin Clark because she is like directly working on her weaknesses, which I think is a good look. Honestly, I think that's a really, really good look for her because, again, when we're seeing somebody working on their weaknesses and not the glamorous weaknesses.
This is key because defenders often force her to take these shots, and by adding a pull-up jumper and floater, she'll become even harder to defend. Finishing through contact, Clark is preparing herself for the physicality of the WNBA by working on her strength and conditioning. This allows her to finish plays even when defenders try to disrupt her drives to the basket. Caitlin Clark's evolution. The focus on Clark's weaknesses isn't just about maintaining her skills but evolving her game. This is incredibly important because it means she's actively making herself an even better player. If she improves in these areas, she could potentially become unstoppable. Angel Reese's PR response. In what seems like a reaction to the attention Clark's video garnered, Angel Reese's PR team leaked their own workout video. While this may have been an attempt to compete with Clark's viral success, it's described as less impressive, being dubbed as "fool's gold" in comparison to Clark's "pure gold." The implication is that Reese's video may not have the same authenticity or impact, causing a wave of social media reactions. Fan reactions and rivalry. There's an ongoing rivalry between the two players, especially after their high-profile championship game encounter. The release of Clark's workout video and the subsequent leak of Reese's video only adds fuel to the fire. Fans of both players are weighing in, with Clark's video being celebrated for its focus on growth and improvement, while Reese's response video is seen as lacking.
She's back in her natural habitat, back in the lab, playing basketball, and it's got to be a scary sight for the rest of the WNBA if she gets even better, because it's not as if she wasn't absolutely phenomenally elite as a rookie and arguably the best player in the league after the Olympic break.
Isn't just resting on her laurels as a rookie star, she's focused on improving aspects of her game that could take her to an even higher level. This positions her as a potential WNBA superstar, and as fans see her working on weaknesses, it creates excitement for what's to come in the next season. The analogy to Superman suggests that Clark is already starting from a high place, but with this new evolution in her game, she could become even more formidable. It seems like the intensity of the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is only getting stronger, especially with how their off-season training videos are being perceived by fans and analysts. Let's break this down. Hashtag Caitlin Clark's dedication.
But as Michael Jordan once famously said, right, the ceiling is the roof. And there really is no ceiling on Caitlin Clark's game because of her vision. I think the thing that stands out the most to me is her court vision. And when you're able to shoot from deep, the way she's able to shoot from deep.
All about dedicated improvement. As you pointed out, focused on weaknesses, Clark isn't just working on maintaining her game, she's addressing specific areas of weakness like ball handling under pressure, improving her mid-range game, and finishing through contact. Strategic work. Clark's off-season isn't about making flashy moves for the sake of it. She's evolving as a player, building on her already elite skills to ensure she's even harder to stop next.
But hope the ball doesn't go in the basket. That's the level of greatness that Caitlin Clark can get to, where the defense's only hope is that she misses.
Impressed with Clark's performance but also excited about her dedication to improving. Fans are hyped about the possibility of an MVP season, as Clark is making it clear that she's not just resting on her laurels. On the flip side, Angel Reese's workout video seems to scream a desperate attempt to stay relevant in the face of Clark's success. Inconsistent focus, as you pointed out. Reese is working on her three-point shot, but that's not where her game should be evolving. Reese is known for playing close to the basket and dominating the paint, but her shooting efficiency from that area needs serious work. Instead of improving her under-the-basket skills, she's focusing on long-range shots, which may not be the most strategic use of her time.
Been in the gym working on her craft, trying to hone her skills after what can only be described as one of the worst shooting seasons anybody's ever seen in the history of basketball.
Training, as compared to Clark working with her team coach, raises questions about her commitment to improvement. The lack of on-court guidance from her actual coach feels like a missed opportunity, especially when it comes to fixing her shooting and finishing at the rim. PR over substance. The timing of Reese's workout video release, coming on the heels of Clark's viral moment, gives off the vibe that it's more about staying relevant on social media than about actually improving as a player. Reese's video lacks the substance Clark's workout shows, with fans seeing Clark actively working on real weaknesses, while Reese's video feels more like a reaction than a well-thought-out plan for improvement. ####the fans speak. Caitlin Clark's fans are excited and fired up for her future, especially given her work ethic and clear focus on improving her weaknesses. As one fan put it, they're expecting Clark's revenge tour to be something special, particularly in matchups against teams like the Washington Mystics. Her fans are rallying behind her, excited to see how her growth as a player will play out in the upcoming season. On the other hand, Angel Reese's fans are more confused and frustrated. Reese's video hasn't captured the same energy or excitement. Fans are left scratching their heads, wondering why Reese isn't focusing on fixing her real issues, like finishing at the rim and improving her shooting efficiency, rather than showcasing flashy outside shots that don't fit her style of play. What does this mean for both players? Caitlin Clark is on the path to solidifying her place as one of the dominant forces in the
within 5 foot in all of the WNBA. Any which way you put it, she shot bad from the field. All right, she's 6'3" and she plays under the basket, and she shot 39.1%.
Strategic, goal-oriented approach, and it's clear that she's aiming for greatness, not just a flashy offseason. Angel Reese, on the other hand, might be distracting herself with the wrong things. Her focus on social media relevance and her PR-driven approach rather than addressing the real weaknesses in her game could hurt her development as a player. Fans are calling her out, and unless she refocuses and puts in the real work to fix her shooting and offensive efficiency, she could fall behind Clark and other WNBA stars next season. ###the verdict. It's clear that one player is putting in the work to dominate the league, while the other might be more focused on maintaining her public image. The fans have spoken, and it seems like Caitlin Clark is already taking the right steps toward a future of dominance. As for Angel Reese, if she doesn't refocus and address her true weaknesses, she might be left behind in this competitive landscape. Ultimately, this off-season will likely define whether Clark's vision of greatness becomes a reality, while Reese needs to reassess her priorities and get back to the fundamentals of improving her game. This breakdown of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese really delves into the deeper contrast between the two players, not just on the court but off it as well. It feels like there's more than just a rivalry brewing here.
Being an outside shot when she works under the basket, primarily. You get a rebound, or you're going to try to run out there all of a sudden and shoot a three, even though you got perimeter players that are standing around waiting for you to pass them the ball so they can shoot wide open shots. It could potentially be a
pointed out the awkward fact that it's Angel Reese's PR team doing the heavy lifting with her workout video, not her actual team, the Chicago Sky. This raised questions about her commitment and team dynamics. When a player's publicist is handling this kind of PR push rather than their own organization, it can make you wonder about the level of focus on team chemistry and player growth. Inside game versus three-point focus. Another fan rightly called out Reese's focus on shooting three-pointers, which doesn't align with her role. Reese is known for dominating in the paint, but her shooting efficiency from close range is one of her biggest weaknesses. Fans are asking, why not focus on improving your inside game? Instead,
You can only hope to contain them. That's basically where you already were with Caitlin Clark, but she seems to be working to make sure she really can't even be contained by it.
Just to keep up with Clark. ###Is Angel Reese trying to be like Caitlin Clark? There's a lot of speculation about whether Angel Reese is trying to mirror Caitlin Clark's game. After all, Clark's logo three-pointers and overall offensive game have been hugely popular, and some fans believe Reese may be trying to emulate Clark's long-range shooting style. However, there's a big difference between trying to incorporate new skills and losing your identity as a player.
Grown men out there in her face trying to keep her from making shots and this and that and the other. There's not a lot of hands in Angel Reese's face here. And I am confused by the fact that she's trying to become this long-range player, it looks like. This is... she plays under the basket, or we thought she was.
To an identity crisis. ### substance versus flash. At the end of the day, fans want to see substance over flash. They want players who are dedicated to improvement, like Clark, who is actively addressing her weaknesses and focusing on evolving her game. Avoiding distractions, unlike Reese, whose PR stunts and focus on social media might be taking attention away from what really matters, improving on the court. ### Clark's long-term success. Caitlin Clark's approach feels laser-focused and dedicated to long-term success. By addressing her weaknesses, whether it's ball handling under pressure, improving her mid-range shooting, or finishing through contact, she's making sure her game evolves, and the future MVP conversation is already underway. Clark's approach is methodical, and fans recognize that she's preparing herself for dominance in the WNBA for years to come. ### Reese's potential pitfall. On the other hand, Angel Reese's video feels like a reaction to the success of Clark, a quick grab for attention on social media, rather than a clear commitment to improving her weaknesses.
What exactly is going on? Is Angel Reese trying to be an influencer, or is she trying to be a basketball?
Especially when that's her bread and butter game. It also raises questions about her priorities. Is she focusing on the right aspects of her game, or is she more concerned with keeping up appearances and making headlines? The fact that her own team, the Chicago Sky, hasn't made a push to highlight her development is concerning. Fans are noticing the difference in commitment between the two players. ### looking ahead to the 2025 season. As you said, the 2025 season just got a whole lot more interesting.
Season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury, asked out, and then started a podcast gossiping about everything in the league as a rookie. Please.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Caitlin's head down, just
ready to
don't,
go.
You don't hear a peep from her. She cares about on the. So you got.